Riddle?
It's 10 here in Florida.
Let's get this party started. Welcome, Alliance Nation, to the activity call. We do this call every single Friday, same back channel, same time, every single week. And this is a call that I get excited about because we get to celebrate the warriors out there in the field who are going out week in and week out, protecting families and building their business. And I am super excited, man. I am so grateful to Andy and Jane Albright for the opportunity to be able to speak to the entire company. I take it not for granted. I know Andy, and that citation is fueled up and all across the country. So we're just really excited about the future and what 2021 is going to bring. And we just came out of our national convention, and I was fired up because I got to share the stage with one of my heroes, Paul Roberts from out in Dallas, Texas. And on today, I get to have another peak life experience. I get to share the stage with one of my running buddies. Well, actually, he showed me a lot of tail lights, right? But Mr. Andy Riddle, man, what's going on, Andy, down there in Jacksonville, Florida, baby?
It's warming up finally. It's been cold down here, Terry, but we're getting things rolling. It's an honor to be on the activity call with you, man. It's one of my favorite calls because it's we celebrate the people doing the do. And we get to go over the guys now with the activity numbers for the week. And what Andy always says, put the number in the box. These are the guys that put the number in the box and got it done last week. So with that, Terry, let's hammer out these leaderboards.
Let's get it.
Yeah, the first leaderboard that we're going to hit on is the total issue paid production for the week ending in February 3rd. So last week ending there. Tia, can you pull it? There they go. Awesome. So in first place, my good buddy, Jake and Belle Kraus out of Seattle. They wrote 5 applications for $76,077.
I should have had me some pom-poms.
Yeah, you should have. Jake was out here with us last week, and Bell was out there writing all this business, I think. He was out here hanging out with us here in Jacksonville. So in second place, Miss Diane Lampy with 1 app for $38,961. This is like a Lampy leaderboard with the first 2. What the heck? Jake and Bell are part of Diane's team, then Diane's in second, and then Paul Roberts' team with Kelly Haney screws up the whole Lampy thing here. But Jeff Turner and Kelly Haney come in third with $38,671, and it's just 5 apps. That's a weird one. It says 5.3 apps. How do you get a 0.3 app? I don't know. But
maybe they split one with the mama or something.
Yeah. Kelly's gonna have to teach me how to get a 0.3 app, but maybe they just ripped the paper in half or something and quarters it or something. But in fourth place, we got another Diane Lampy one with for 1 app for $20,486. We got Daniel
Worsbacher.
I couldn't say the last name, so Diane came through with it. So Daniel's in fourth place. Fifth place, we got Megan Wood on the Leventovich team with $14,068 for 30 applications.
Look at that application count.
I know. It used to be in fifth place, but that 30 app counts that's crazy. So in sixth place, Joe and Tony Walker, new agency managers, in sixth place with $11,264, and that's 9 applications.
I know he hollering West Coast.
In seventh place, another new agency manager, my good buddy Marcus and Carla Richardson, direct to Andy Albright with $10,181 and 9 applications. Like back to back, new agency managers out there issue paying as well, just killing it. Awesome job, both of you. Eighth place, we got Sam Lower on Alex Abian's team with 1 app for $10,010. My favorite, like my basketball number's 10, Terry. So that 10-10 thing, I like it. I like his number. In ninth place, James Bubba Skinner on Paul Roberts with $9,948, and that's 8 applications. Bubba's on this thing every single week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Bubba's showing up. 10th place, Mark Hutchinson on Stephen and Holly Davies' team with $9,684 and 5 applications. 11th place, we have Thomas Murphy on Brandon Manley's team for $8,795, and that's 2 applications. And 12th place, right here out of the same office, my good buddy Chris and Courtney Long with $8,355, and that's with 6 applications.
Woohoo! Total annuity sales issue paid. That's right. We do annuities, y'all. Number 1 this week, Jake and Belle Krause with $75,000. And I done seen what she's been posting on the Alliance Facebook page. And if you are new to the team and you are not connected to that page, we do have a private group, Get Back with Your Growing Up line, so you can get on that. But I know she just got one issued for over 800,000. So, you know, Jake and Belle, they doing the thing out there. Then we got number 2, Sam Lauer, who was up there with the a total issue paid, a part of Alex Abian's team. Then number 3, Joe and Tony Walker with 2 annuities for $6,395. Then we have Thomas Pareto, part of Dr. Phil Abear's team, $5,830. Coming in at number 5, Kathy Shepard, part of Andy Riddle's team with 1 annuity for $3,300. Chris Baldwin, $2,400. And Tim and Nikki Long popped in a recurring $10 issue paid annuity, baby.
All right, now we got the total sales submitted for last week. Now these are the guys, Terry, that are coming for the ones on that issue paid leaderboard, because they got all the money in there in the pipeline about to come out. So in first place we got Marvin and Jolisa Atsoy with $21,480 for 13 apps. Second place we got Thomas Murphy on Brandon Manley's team again. Third place we got my good buddy Stephanie Rodriguez out of the Treasure Island office down in Florida, down in Tampa area. In fourth place, we got my buddy here, Daniel
Wurzbacher.
In fourth place again. Fifth place, we got Mac Judy. Sixth place, we got Douglas Beckard out on the California. Seventh place, we got Jeremy Patton. Eighth place, we got Jonathan and Megan Yankee. Jonathan talks trash to me too, so I like it. So ninth place, we got my good buddy Evan Patzer. 10th place, Danny Johnson. 11th place, Megan Wood. And 12th place, Jan Miller on the total sales submitted this week.
Woo! Now coming in with top recruiters, because we do one thing at the Alliance. We sell and we recruit and we teach other people to sell and recruit, baby. So these are the top recruiters for the week ending February the 4th. Coming in at number 1, this joker is putting them in consistently. Joseph 2, part of Mike and Brittany Rodriguez team with 7 recruits. Coming in at number 2. That's my upline right there. Jason and Olga Mathis with 6 recruits this week. Number 3, my man Brandon and Ashley Beal out in California, 6 recruits this week. Number 4, Paul Roberts, 5 recruits this week. Number 5, Adam Katz with 4. Number 6, Big Mike Hartley. That's right. Done woke up the giant down there in Tampa. 4, Andy Riddle. You didn't want to say your own name, Andy.
Not when I'm in 7th.
With 3 recruits this week. Number 8, my man S. Diddy, Stephen and Holly Davis with 3. Number 9, Alex Abian with 2. Number 10, Mike and Noel Leventovich with 2. Number 11, Ronald Weiserman, part of Diane Lampy's team with 2. And coming in, rounding out the top 12, the General Jeremy Patton with 2.
The General.
That's right. Head like that.
On top of this, too, in January, we had another, we mentioned it, but I want to give it some recognition that we had Marcus and Carla Richardson hit agency manager in January. So we've just had agency managers being pumped out every single month, just new ones coming in. And the newest one, my good buddy Marcus and Carla out there in Denver, just blowing it up and hitting agency manager out there. So,
yeah, I'm so proud of that couple. When me and Tia first came to the Alliance, they were one of the couples that I kind of gleaned from day one. Marcus just had this swag about him. But one of the things that I always appreciated about Marcus and Carla was their consistency. They continue to consistently pound the stone. He's one of the top salespeople consistently, one of the top recruiters consistently. But most importantly, through the ups and downs, I've always seen Marcus as level headed. And that's one of the things that I can appreciate him, and just very humble. So I am overjoyed for Marcus and Carla hitting agency managers. And guess what? It's just more people to come right behind them. So I am super, super fired up with them.
And they're like my favorite ones to hang out on trips. We hung out in Switzerland, so I'm going to love having them on the agency manager trips too. Just another time we get to travel and go all over the world with Marcus and Carla. Just a great couple to hang out with, and good people, man. Happy for you guys. I'm so proud that you guys have joined the club, and now the work begins. Now the work begins once you hit agency manager. So cool.
Yeah, hey, look, I talked to him last night, and he said, "You know how it is, bro. You take an hour to celebrate and get right back to it, baby."
That's right. That's right. I love that mindset there. So, all right. So now Terry, we got Andy. Like you talked about, Andy has the jet all fueled up, and he's been flying all over the country. He was here in Jacksonville last week, firing up some people here, and I know he's down in Miami last week. But he is flying all over the country doing these boot camps, and we have our leaders all over the country going out there and just changing lives and meeting with people and getting out there. So if you log into the ARC and scroll down, there's upcoming events. Tia has it up here for us where you can see it. She just highlighted it, but there's some upcoming events. So the next couple that are going on, Andy's going to be in Addison and Louisville, Texas on the 7th and 8th. We have our office here in Jacksonville. We're going to be doing a boot camp on the 8th as well, Monday night. But if you just scroll through these numbers below these things, you see all the ones coming up. He's going to be in Kansas City. He's going to be in Denver out there with Marcus and Carla, back in Texas again. Then he's in Greenville, South Carolina area. And then he's got the big one up there in Burlington that I know a bunch of leaders are going to be at as well. And then he's back at home working at the office down there in Treasure Island and doing a boot camp down there. And there'll be more and more of these heavy hitter boot camps going on. Definitely go into the ARC and find the nearest ones to you and get you and your people there. Now, to go to these ones, because of the whole COVID thing, you have to register. Now, there's no cost to it, but if you click on it like Tia does, it takes you to this screen here where you can go in and register yourself to attend one of these boot camps. Click that register button that she's hovering over there, that green button, click on it, and just put your information in there. There, like I said, there's no cost for these things, but we do need a head count just so we can fill the room as much as we can. We're allowed to. So,
and I will say this right here: there may not be a cost to attend, but there is definitely a cost of not attending. It may be free to come, but if you do not come, it's going to be very, very, very expensive. Why do I say that? Because we have this book called The 8 Steps to Success that's written by our CEO, Andy Albright. First and foremost, like familiarity, I was talking to Stephen Davis the other day. He says familiarity breeds content among the ungrateful. So if we get content, that means we've lost our gratitude. We get familiar with Andy and think that he's always accessible. But when he's coming to a city and you can get within, if you got to fly to get there, if you got to pack a 15-passenger van and put bologna sandwiches in the back, do whatever you got to do to get to these meetings, because at big meetings, big decisions are made. At big events, big decisions are made. And one of our 8 steps is attending all meetings. And what it says in the book, if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend reading it. But this is what Andy says: when a person attends a meeting, it sends a message that he wants to be a part of the organization. So when you show up, that shows that you are wanting to be a willing participant in your own freedom breakout. And then it goes on to say, it also shows that they desire the team and that they see value in the organization and that he wants to benefit from that. And attending meeting allows a person to refocus and redirect their goals. And I don't know about y'all, but if there's anything that I need right now in this season, is I need to be refocused and redirect my goals into what is it that I want and how do I get it. So do me a favor, get to these meetings. I'm going to pump February the 20th, Burlington, North Carolina, at our corporate office, where we're going to light it up. And Riddle's going to be here, Adam Katz, Stephen Davies. So do what you got to do. That Texas meeting is going to be off the chain. So guys, listen, do whatever you got to do to get to these meetings, because again, big decisions are made at big meetings.
Yeah, and it's crazy, Terry. It's with him traveling all over. When he was in Jacksonville last week, I was going over the notes that I took from the meeting down here in Jacksonville, and the guy's like, man, I wish I went. And it's hard to attend after the meeting's over. You know what I mean? But he's doing them all over the country and traveling and getting to as many as you can. If it's a 3-4 hour radius, I would definitely be there. Like, it would be non-negotiable. I'd be there. But even like Terry said, jumping on a jet and going chasing after Andy. I know when I first started, when I was chasing Andy, every place he did a meeting, I would go up to Ohio, I'd go Texas, wherever he was at, I would want to go to the meeting and just learn from him. And I remember him telling me he never knew where I lived because I was in so many different cities. And when he told me that, I was thinking back about that. And I was like, in 2021, I want Andy not to know where I'm living because I want to run into him all over the place. So this week, I know he's in Texas, out there with Diane and Paul's offices, and then he's hitting Kansas City. And then he's out with Marcus and Carla in Denver. So I'm chasing him too. So I'm hit as much as this Florida guy hates the cold. I'm flying up to Kansas City this week and spending 2 days with him up there. And Terry, I was looking at the weather. The high is 10 degrees. I was like, the high 10 degrees. I don't have clothes for that. I got to go buy clothes this weekend because it's worth it to get on a plane and chase him around and just get out there and getting uncomfortable to go see him will change your perspective. So it's like, if you're only seeing Andy when he comes to your backyard, I mean, you'll learn a lot. Don't get me wrong. You'll learn a ton, but when you get uncomfortable to go chase something and get something, I don't know, but I just learned so much more when I get out of my comfort zone and see him when it's not in my office, you know, and
it's crazy because with us being here and right outside of Greensboro, Kernersville, represent Kernersville, we were right down the road. So when Andy was living here in North Carolina, you know, we were able to go to the TWC live with him every single week. And I remember when he made the decision to move down to Florida, me and you, Riddle, we was talking one day and you was like, I think that kind of him moving to Florida has affected your business a little bit. And at first I was like, well, I don't really think so. But as I began to think about it, it was that association and the energy, the off the cuff conversations that I took for granted was what actually kept me motivated and pushing. And it really hit home. We had to go over to the corporate office to pick up some stuff from the bookstore, some books and stuff. And we had a new agent meet us over there. And Chris Hill and them took us on a tour of the corporate office. And there's a closet that Andy has over there it's not even a closet. It's a big room that was converted into a closet, but just all his clothes and shoes and things of that nature. And what it made me remember was to dream bigger, because that is his closet at the office, not at his house, but at the office. And just to see the cars, you know, that stuff is inspiration. And just to get around the team and get around Andy Albright, like I said, man, do what you got to do to get one of these boot camps and put your mask on, put your sanitizer on. We would love to have you at one of these events.
Yeah. So make sure you find them, make sure you get in them and get there early. I know he's doing multiple ones because, like, I know when he's out with Marcus and Carla, he's doing 3 different events. I would sign up for all 3 of them if I was you, because someone asked me the other day, Terry, they said, are they all going to be the same? I was like, with knowing Andy running it, I guarantee they're not all the same. I was like, right. All 3 are going to have life-changing stuff in it. All 3 are going to be different. So
yeah, and you get there, but where the multiplication and the explosion happens is how many people can you bring with you? Just don't think about yourself. Yeah, you get up in there, but how many other people can you get up in there and let somebody else light that fire and then go out and just kill this thing?
Yeah. And that at these meetings is where you'll meet a bunch of the guys fighting for this 40-40 thing, and you'll see kind of how to go get it. And we have a bunch of guys all over the country that are fighting to do this 40-40 fight club and be part of it. And we're just so you guys know, 40-40 is what we do. Oh, Terry's showing off his shirt. He's like modeling for you. I'll tell you, Terry, Stephanie Rodriguez was talking some trash last night. She goes, I want to change this 40-40 fight club. She goes, I want to win it so many times that they call the Stephanie Rodriguez fight club. You know what I mean? So she's going after her. She wants it named after her. But the 40-40 fight club is one of those things where you go out there and what Terry said we do. What we do is we sell, we recruit, and we teach people how to sell and recruit. So we have a 40-40 fight club where you can go out there and it's running 40 appointments a week of sales appointments. So you can do it off of leads, you can do it off referrals, you can do it off current clients, you can do it off friends. It don't matter. You're setting 40 appointments a week to go out there and do that. And you're also talking to 40 people about this opportunity. So when you log into the ARC, you go in there into the notes. Oh, now she's going to show us news and notes. You go there and then you find the 40-40 Fight Club. It's the first one, so it should be easy to find. And then they got this thing that says click here. And that makes it easy for people like me, Terry, that we just click there and it takes you to now you fill this form out. So you print it out and fill it out with the 40 appointments you set and then the 40 STPs, what we call showing the plans, or people you talk to about this business, and fill out this sheet. And you scroll down and then you print it and you click the PDF on the bottom. And then after you fill it out, and then you click that, I always screw this up, URL code thing, that little box thing. It's like a menu at the restaurants now. You got to click that menu thing and it pops up on your phone. Same thing. You click that and you take a picture of it and it'll take you to this screen. And that's where you fill it out and submit your tracking numbers for the 40-40 Fight Club. And we, with the leaderboard, Stephanie Rodriguez has hit it like 3 or 4 times. Stephanie's hit it 3 or 4 times. I think Jake and Veray are right there tied with her. Stephanie, you better watch out. They're tied up with you now. D is on there once. Lou's on there. Jake and Bell Kraus are on there. Terry's on there. He's already showing. Terry and Tito were showing off his sweatshirt. And you win stuff. So you get the hoodie like Terry's got, was showing. You got the sweatpants, which I got to win it twice because I want those sweatpants. I'll tell you that. So you can get the sweatpants, and then there's the hat. And then the next one up for Jacob Ray and Stephanie Rodriguez is the tumbler. So I got the Alliance N24/7 tumbler, but that's the 40-40 tumbler. So you need to get yourself a tumbler as well. So the Fight Club, the 40-40 Fight Club, and that's how you get it. That's how you get the sweatshirts and stuff. Now these are not. There's a limited number. So what Andy says is you need to do it now and right now. To make sure you get your sweatshirt, your hoodie, your sweatpants, your hat, and your tumbler. So that's the 40-40 Fight Club, and that's cool, Terry.
Also, Riddle, there are also going to be some exclusive event that the people who go out and accomplish 40-40 are going to get invited to. I think there are going to be some private events down at Treasure Island. I know there are going to be some stuff up here at their leadership cabin. If you haven't seen Andy's leadership cabin, gosh knows you will be in awe. I mean, like, you got over 200 acres of God green country here in the hillsides of Yadkin County, Yanceyville, North Carolina. A little bit of small town, but Andy owned about the 1/8 of the county probably. But you got skeet shooting, you got a resort style pool, the house, everything in the house customized, made, just 2 fully stocked bass ponds, and got what else in there? Fish, and you got the llamas out there. I heard some goats. We got some goats out there now. See,
petting zoo then.
See, that's what I like too. When you got rich friends that do stuff like that, you be like, yeah, we got it out there.
They got an arcade, ping pong table, pool tables, 4-wheelers, those razor things. Everything's out there. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then too, why 40/40 club? Like, yeah, it's good to go out and go after it, but what are the benefits? What are you going to gain by going out and talking to 40 client, having seeing setting 40 appointments a week? I was told that there is no problem that we have, that I have, that running 40 appointments probably won't solve. So if you got some money issues going on right now, I guarantee you, if you run 40 appointments, and even if you are not good, you sit on 40 appointments in a week, in the next 2 weeks, your checking account is going to be humming, baby. If you talk to, if you sit on 40 appointments, one of our four basic when we sit down and talk to people is to make sure that we expose them and ask them, do they know anybody who can help us out? So if you're running 40 appointments, getting the other 40 side as far as showing the plans is not going to be a problem. But how many people are hurting right now in America? How many people are, their jobs are letting them go? They're freezing salaries. People are praying for opportunities right now. And if you talk to 40 people, I guarantee you that somebody is going to say, I was praying for something. I just didn't know what it looked like, but I was looking for exactly what y'all have to offer. So going out here, Andy is very crafty in tricking us into doing the mundane that's going to give us the lifestyle that other people just dream about. The freedom, the time freedom, the money freedom, the freedom to travel, the freedom to take care of your family, the way that you know that you were designed to take care of them. So I'm fired up about 40/40 Club, and everybody that I come in contact with, I am definitely talking about the 40/40 challenge. It don't matter if they full-time, part-time, or no time. Everybody has to know about the 40/40 challenge.
Yeah. Yep. So awesome, man. You ready to get going on what we're here today? Talk about?
We might as well. We here now.
Awesome. All right, guys. So we want to talk a little bit about getting to know the people that that you're in business with, and how you get to know them and build a relationship with them, and get into that and different stuff. And it's kind of like when you talk to 40 people, like Terry was just talking about, 40/40 Club, and you start doing this stuff, now you're involved in 40 people's lives, and building that relationship, getting to know Terry and Tia over the years, and building that relationship, and getting to know his kids and hanging out with them. And I like sending them stuff. And it's usually the stuff I like sending them is the stuff that drives Tia nuts. But like karaoke machines with big speakers. And I think we're working on a hoverboard somehow to get it up there, figure that stuff out. But it's building those relationships and building the relationships inside your team that are like lifelong relationships, something that Andy and Jane have always built. I know with me, and I know they built it with Terry and Tia and a bunch of other people, is just building those relationships and knowing the people that you're in business with. And it's finding the ways to get involved in basically their lives. I mean, anything goes on in my life, I know who I call. It's like if there's something that happens to me that I'm not sure what to do or how to handle it, I know Andy's there for me. Andy and Jane have always been there for me, and they help me. And I talk to them all the time about stuff that I'm not sure what to do and how to handle it in my life, and they help me do it. And it's getting involved in helping people in this business and outside of it with the stuff, and getting involved with them. And a lot of the times it's inconvenient when you do it. If running your business and getting involved and trying to help people is a 9-to-5 job, it's going to be a difficult time to get involved, because I find, Terry, most of the time where I'm most effective and I can help people and where I build the most relationship with teams is outside 9 to 5. It's either before 9 or after 5. Going through my phone last night, I was on the phone with Stephanie Rodriguez. I think it was 11 o'clock at night, and it wasn't anything major. She's doing 40/40, so she's got agents all over the country now. So we're planning a trip so she could fly out to Phoenix, and it was simply just teaching her how to it, not necessarily book a flight, like she knows how to book a flight, but how to be the most effective of booking a flight. Like, so I was showing her how to, like, you take the earliest flight out of Tampa, so you get to Phoenix early in the morning and you have all day there. You spend the night and then you take the red eye home. You're going to be tired, but it gives her the ability to go spend 2 full days with her agents out there, 2 full days, and spend one night there. And then she gets back home to Mike and the kid, and be able to do that and be effective of doing that. But it was that late at night when we're having this conversation, and it's just having these things and being involved in them and helping them do it, and being available for them. And the one thing I love is where Stephanie's going out there to do that out in Phoenix. I hope she's learned it from watching Andy and me and other leaders travel around to come to her and build that relationship and getting involved and getting into their met. It's one thing. It's as you start having friends in this business, it's going to get messy. And the thing is, I like to do, the way I look at it, Terry, is I like getting in the mess with them. If they're going to be in a mess, I think they need to have friends and people in the fight with them and help them get out of it and work with them and just be there in those messes. And so that's kind of where I'd like to kick off, is talking about getting in those messes with these people there.
Yeah, exactly. And John Maxwell said this right here: if you do it from afar, but if you want to impact them, you have to get close to them. And getting in the fight with people is where the money is. It's where the money resides, baby. Because everybody is, I remember Andy told me this a long time ago. He said, Terry, people are either on their way in a storm, they're in the middle of the storm, or they're coming out of a storm. But anytime you come in contact with people, they are in the midst of some sort of battle. Either they're coming off a high, or they're coming out of a low. And that has always stuck with me. I remember when I was first getting started here, and I had just lost my job, and my wife, we had 3 small children, and Tia was pregnant with Taylor, and about 7 months pregnant. And I lost my job and started this business, lost my job, started this business all at the same time. And I was in more debt than I had ever been before. I had moved down to Atlanta, had a house payment here, a rent payment down there, and we were making money. But how many people know sometimes you still just get scared? You start wondering, can I pull this off every single week? Can I pull it off every single month? And what I had known was we were having some success, but I was still scared. So, and what I'm so grateful for was the fact that Jason and Olga gave me a safe place to land from the very beginning. They supported us every step of the way, but then they introduced us to other people like you and like Andy Albright. And I remember 4 months into this business, we came to our first big event at the corporate office, our family reunion. And I was nervous. I had already talked Tia into our eyes. In my mind, I had a plan. My plan was, first of all, I'm not going to quit building this business because I had never gotten anything where I had made so much money so fast. I think I made over $9,000 my first month. Some people are like, $9,000 ain't no money. But when you side hustling in network marketing and it takes you 3 years to get up to 2,000, and you come to this and make 9,000 your first month, oh, that was a big deal. So I was like, I'm not going to quit this, but just in case I can't pull it off, this is what I'm going to do. We moved back to North Carolina. We're going to file for bankruptcy. Because if I file for bankruptcy, it'll be a quick fix and they can't come after me for some of my debt. So I get rid of a lot of my pressure. And I had talked Tia. I said, Tia, we could give our house back. We can do a deed in lieu of foreclosure and they won't come after me. And then we could just get an apartment, and build this business. And I had almost talked Tia into it. And then we came to that convention and I was like, okay, I know the thinking that got me in situations did not have the capacity to get me out of it. So I put my ego on the shelf and I talked to Andy. And Andy, I said, Andy, I need to talk to you. And this was during one of the breaks. He said, okay, meet me at my office. So me and Tia, we trot on to Andy's office, and Jeff Bright is sitting in the corner. Andy say, Jeff Bright, do you mind if Jeff Bright sit in and listen? And I said, no, I don't mind. So I sit there and I laid out my plan. And Andy looked at Tia like, are you really gonna go along with what this fool is thinking? That's what he didn't say those words, but that's the look that he was giving me. And then he was like, what you think, Jeff? And Jeff told me the story about the buffalo and a cow in a storm. I was like, I don't have time to be listening to no cow and no buffalo story right now. I got a problem that I will fix right now. And but that one conversation, what basically, long story short, Jeff Bright said, a cow and a buffalo, they are both in a storm, but the way they approach the storm determines how long they stay in the storm. I was like, okay, tell me more. He said, you see, a cow, when a storm is coming, a cow try to outrun the storm, and the storm eventually catches up with the cow and travels with the cow, and the cow is in the storm longer. He said, but a buffalo sees a storm coming. The buffalo charges the storm, so that way it get in the storm and get out the storm fast. He said, Terry, do you want to be a buffalo or do you want to be a cow? And that conversation changed my life. And it was one of those situations where when you sometimes air your dirty thoughts to the right people, they have a way of letting you know, first of all, what you're thinking is kind of normal for people that's in a bad situation, because we tend to self-sabotage, right? But on the flip side, that they love you enough to give you a different perspective that can help you get out of your junk with least collateral damage. Because if I would have did what I wanted to do, it would have been a quick fix, but it would took me years to come out of that thing and to repair some of the damages that could have happened. So coming to these, allowing people to get into your situation is very key, because this is what I know. To be coachable, you have to avail yourself to coaching. I have to avail myself to Andy Riddle and Jason and also Andy Albright. Allow them in, because if I don't allow them in, it's hard for them to help me. So I'm pretty much, if I was a girl, I'm pretty easy. You know, I just let them in. I just let them on in. Don't fight it. Just let them in. Just let your growing up now, let them in, because 9 times out of 10, the same struggles that you're currently in, they have already been in it and know how to get you out of it. So you get to actually benefit from their experience. And that's one of the things I love about you, Riddle. You've been through a lot of crap, and you have the emotional intelligence because of that, what you've been through, to help me get through my stuff. So it's not uncommon for me to always check in with you and say, hey, bro, this is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? How should we attack this or whatever? So allowing people to get in your life is just as much of a blessing as you getting in someone else's life.
And it's one of those things, Terry, when you go through that crap, at least for me, it's one of those things I don't want to let people in. I want to fight back, but it's one of those things when I've gone through some of my biggest crap, you know, Andy, it would be like, I'd be sitting there just wanting to kind of like sit in it, you know what I mean? And just be like, I don't want to deal with this. I just want to sit here and feel sorry for myself. And it's crazy because it'd be like, I would get a call from Andy on my phone. I'd look at it. I was like, I don't want to talk to him right now. And it would be ringing. I'd be like, stop ringing. I don't want to talk to him. I just want to be here and feel sorry for myself and whine about this crap that's going on in my life and stuff. And then I'll answer it, and he'll just give me something, you know, something that's like mentally changes my thought process towards it. And it turns me into that buffalo where instead of just being the cow that runs with the storm, he turns me into that buffalo that runs into it, you know. And it's those calls and those moments of having a coach or a mentor that's going to get you through those moments, and share it is when they know what you're in and you're talking to people that have dealt with stuff that you've gone through, that you're going through, they help you get through that storm so much faster. And it's one of those things that's, it's success isn't final. So no matter what you hit success or what you feel success is, it's not final, because there's always more. Andy always shows you where there's more to do. But in the same sense as failure is not permanent either. So no matter what happens, if something bad happens to you and stuff, you got a team, you got great coaches, you got great people. And I can say that with 100% confidence if you're part of the Alliance, because no matter who brought you into this business, at some point you're on Andy Albright's team. And Andy is one of those guys. Heck, he drove this company through 2020, one of the craziest years in this world, and he drove it through it. And I just remember, having the moments where I was scared with all the stuff going on and the craziness going on. And then Andy would have a call that night and just get my mind right and be like, nope, that's not affecting us. We're going to keep driving through. We're going to keep doing it. And just keeping those thoughts and that leadership that he has, to really just push you to being better, in this business, and helping your guys get better in this business. And some of the things, like I know Andy's even dealt with, what great leaders do when you're dealing with something that they're not an expert at, they're an expert at getting you around the right person. There was the part when I went through a divorce in this business, and Andy's like, I can help you with the strategical side, but the emotional side, you need to go talk to Tim Goad. He'll help you with that. And so he pushed me. And the great thing is I got to build a great relationship with Tim and Gay Goad, and spend time with them and work through that. But it's one of those things, Andy knows he wasn't an expert in that category, but he has an expert in a guy that he can help us get around and do stuff. And he'll push you in the right spots and show you the right spots to become that buffalo and run through the storm and get through that storm quick. And really just, it's helping people do that. And the more people that you help realize, here's the stuff. Everyone has emotional stuff. Everyone has drama. Everyone has that. And it's where Andy talks about, just give me the number in the box and I'll create the own drama in my head. And it's knowing, like, I got to go do this many dials this week to get this many appointments to make this much in sales. And I got to talk to this many people to recruit this many people to build my business. It's putting those numbers in the box, because here's the thing, no matter how big you get in this business, the drama is going to be there. You have stuff. It doesn't go away. It gets easier because you got more things to do and more people to help you. And you get the mental fortitude to be able to deal with it and drive through it. So that's how it gets easier. But guess what? There's more stuff coming. And there's more stuff coming. And when you think it's getting easy, something's coming. And you have to have that ability to continue to put the numbers in the box. That's one thing, like when I watch sports, Terry, it's stuff that the great athletes or the great performers of what they do, they focus on the numbers in the box. They focus on what they have to do. I heard a report, Tom Brady's playing, I think, in his 10th Super Bowl. And he has a higher percentage of playing in Super Bowls than Steph Curry does to make a three, which I think is nuts, because that dude I don't think misses, and Brady plays in more Super Bowl percentage than he does shoots a three. But on top of that, I heard the other day that he kicked his family out of the house so he can just be watching film nonstop for the game this weekend. You know what I mean? But guess what? He's got family stuff to deal with, but he knows he's got to put the number in the box because he's in his 10th Super Bowl. He doesn't have 10 more to play in. He's got to win every one that he gets in. So he kicks them out so he can focus on putting the numbers in the box and putting those numbers in the box. And that's why he's the greatest of all time. And it's knowing that you're going to put those numbers in the box. And you look at great people and great performers in anything, in sports and business and stuff, they know how to put the numbers in the box. And you look at it like they have no drama, because they don't show you the drama because they're so good at putting the number in the box, but they got it.
Right. And these relationships and friendships is the X factor, because when I'm talking to new people that's getting started, like we got this girl, Ala Fair, who done hired Sunshine up in Maryland, and Sunshine is about to bring on 10 new agents. We're fired up out of our mind. We got Latoria in a little small town called Roanoke Rapids, which is our little hometown, not too far from our little hometown. But it's like, if I am talking to people, and we're only talking about term and whole life and universal life and annuities and participation rates. Like, you can go anywhere and get that. When I was in network marketing, it baffled me that guys would be making 60, 70, $80,000 on their job. They will go home, change clothes, and go out 4, 5, 6 hours a night to build a part-time, build a business on a part-time basis to get free. And it was like most of those guys made no money, but they were livid and consistent and committed to the dream. But what kept them, or what kept me when the money wasn't there, was the friendship. So when we're talking to people, yeah, we tell them what we do, but I am trying to find out, can we be friends? Can we travel the world together? Can we do life together? I'm trying to find out, how can I include you in the bigger plan of what we're trying to do? See, what I know right now is most people are wanting you to pick a side. You either got to be a Republican or a Democrat. You got to like the Chiefs, or you got to like I ain't gonna even say the Steelers because I don't know about like the Steelers, but you and Anaya. But people always want you to pick a side. What we have here at the Alliance is we don't want anybody to have to pick a side. We want you just to take a seat. Because if you take a seat at the table, there's a seat at the table with your name on it. There's a seat at the table with your name on it. You are good enough to sit down. And when you sit down at this table that Andy Albright and the top leaders have fought tooth and nail to build, you can come in, and what took others 30 and 40 years to accomplish, if you do the 40-40 plan, you can get done what in 40 days what it took someone else 40 months to accomplish, or 400 months to accomplish, because the friendships that you have here will allow you to overcome stuff that generally would take you out. Because we're like Riddle said, man, when life hits you, it hurts, but it hurts less if you get hit and you're a part of a family, you're a part of a team. Because guess what? When you get hit by yourself, the devil, the adversary, or whatever you wanted, the negative thoughts can overpower you. But if you are in a team and you get punched in the face by a problem, you got your other brothers and sisters and cousins that's going to say, oh, heck no, you ain't going to do them like that. They are worth more than that. And when they can't fight for themselves, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to fight with them. And the association, think about it this way. I'm trying to work on my eating the best way that I can. I'm trying to work on this weight. But let me tell you something. I did good this morning in the gym. My trainer said, he throwing that around like it ain't nothing. Yeah, I was doing them bent over rows, boy. But listen here. So I didn't know this. When you eat by yourself, you tend to eat less. Psychologists have proven that when you eat with a group of people, you tend to eat 50% more than you would by yourself. So what does that? I ain't telling you to start going to eat by yourself, but what I am going to I'm telling myself is, don't eat in this business alone. Do not self-isolate and try to do this thing in your house by yourself. Plug into the team, get around, come to rally points or dial sessions, come to a local office in your area, because guess what? The same way that you will eat more in a group, you will make more phone calls in a group. You will be able to handle more problems in a group. And then we get to celebrate as a group. We fight together, we cry together. God knows me and Riddle have cried together. But guess what? We've also experienced peak life experiences together. I used to say it this way: it ain't no fun if my homies can't get none. So we have to make sure that we are looking for a way to let people know that they can be a part. We are an inclusive organization. We want lottie dottie and everybody. So the friendships is what keeps us here, and the friendship actually is our most valuable commodity, because when we got good friends, Andy says it this way: when this business is up, don't run through the street naked. But when it's down, don't quit. And friendship will allow you to kind of stay in the middle, because they will have a way of telling you, look, it's a storm coming, Bo. You better get prepared. Get your poncho because a storm coming. I've seen this happen before.
I need a poncho. Get ready for that storm, man. But it's in the fight with that team, Terry. And when you have it, if you're going to get in a fight, I want a team behind me. I want a team of people to go in that fight, and it's looking for the right people that want to be in that fight. It's the guys that want to get in that fight as well with you and want to go through it. So when you have a team, you're looking for the right guys that want to go out there and be part of the team, that want to pull together, that don't want to isolate, don't want to do things on their own. And it's always looking for that team, because you're so much stronger as a team. It's plugging into the team and following the system that Andy's put in place to be successful. And it's being part of 40/40. It's being part of those dial sessions. It's being part of the meetings, that's the boot camps all over the country, and building those relationships to find the guys that you're in the fight with. Marcus and Carla just hit an agency manager. I love they're in the fight with us. We need them in the fight, but we need more people like them in the fight. We need the fight against poverty in America. And we have the best system that Andy and Jane have put together for us to go out there and fight with. And it's the aspects that we have the best coach, we have the best system, we have the best products, we have the best everything. It's time to go out there and just fight and go out there and win. And what we're going to do next is go out there and have that team of people that want to join that fight and go out there and win with us, and go out there and continue to build this alliance that we have across the country, to go out there and just continue dominating and building and building. And it's keeping it simple in the aspects, like you said. I haven't figured out that eating part yet either, but I do know when you do those dial sessions, it's almost like magic. It's like someone comes into a dial session, they make more dials, more people answer the phone, they book more appointments, it's easier. You know what I mean? It's like the struggle when you dial by yourself is so hard. Like, I'll talk to an agent, they're just like, it is so, no one answers, everyone's mean to me, and you're like, come dial with the team, and that day it's easy. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it is. It's magic. It's the magic of the team to be in a group of fighting with people around you, fighting with people with like-minded goals that are fighting in the same fight that you're in, that makes everything easier. And having that team to fight with is just, I think back to playing sports. It's when I played with the teams that I was on, I honestly think I haven't played basketball in years, especially like my high school team. I haven't been in high school in a long time, like almost 30 years. But it's almost like, I think if we took the court together, even though we're all old now, we would know where to go, because we've been in so many fights together. And it's in this team, it's with like my buddy Chris Long here in the office. We've been in so many fights together. We don't even have to say stuff. We can just give each other a look or whatever, and we know what the other one's thinking and is going to do. And it's having more guys in that fight in line with what Andy has in place to put that fight together and stay in line and know the play, to know how to put the numbers in the box regardless of what's going on. And it's having more people that you want to get in that fight with and have in your business that you want to have join that fight. And that's the stuff I love, man. It's the relationships and the fight to have the relationships like I have with you and Tia, even though she she's the one that always makes me cry, Terry. It's not you. She's the mean. She says something and she's mean to me and she makes me cry and all that. So
welcome to my world, bro. I sleep with one eye open every night. I wake up so tired. I be so tired because I be scared. I be scared. But look at that. It's like the other thing is this right here. It's like I think we're at a point now. I know when I came to the Alliance, I was at a very low point, but I wanted to be a part of something. I had just had one of my biggest forms of rejection, public humiliation. I done announced to all my family and friends, we done had going away parties and everything, that I was going to take this CEO position. Everybody knew, and then I get down there and it falls apart. And the crazy part about it was I was still looking for someone that will accept me. I was looking, why do people join gangs? For acceptance. Why do people join fraternities? They want acceptance. Why will people join your business? Because they want to be accepted. So it's like, to take this thing to another level, when I came here, I got the acceptance. And then I was like, now it's my responsibility. It's not the company's responsibility, because who is the company? The company is me, baby. It is now my responsibility to take what was given to me and make it available to others. Not letting myself get too full of myself. Now I'm married to Tia, so she don't let me get too high and mighty. She'll tell me in the New York Minute, I don't care what them people at the line say, I need you to do this, this, and this, take that trash. Well, I'll be like, well, them boys big enough to take that. I'll be like, okay, I ain't gonna argue, whatever you, okay. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, we cannot lose the innocence of what we have here. We have a company where it don't matter if you got a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, a GED. No, I didn't even know this. You ain't even got to have a high school diploma to get an insurance license. Only thing you got to have is a desire to want to do better. We got the leads, we got the leadership, we got the systems, we got the glow bonus, we got the Andy Albright, we got Jane Albright, we got everything. We got integrity. We got a partnership with integrity. We getting more carriers. We getting more compensation. We got everything. But now it's on us. It's on me to create the environment. So it's like I was talking to when I was in corporate America. It was this guy I used to work with. He always used to be like, yeah, the company out to do this and the company out to do that. I'm like, bro, you run that brand. You create the environment that you want. It ain't nobody, like, you speaking to your employees, you speaking to the, so that's what, like, I feel a personal responsibility and indebtedness to Andy to pay it forward, to not get the big head and forget the innocence that new people need to see when they get in, so they too can experience what we have experienced over these last couple of years with the Alliance, man. So it's like, it is on us for us to get this company to $1 billion. And I know we're on our way to $1 billion. We need more captains. We don't need just people playing that's wearing the jersey. We need more captains that's leading the two-a-days, that's leading the rally point, that's going after 40-40, that's going after the dream, that's got the success coin in their pocket. What do you want? How do you get it? We're not talking about what's the problem and who can we blame. What do I want and how do I get it, baby? We are going to keep this thing so simple that a caveman can do this thing. And when we go partner, like what I'm looking forward to is seeing all these partnership videos popping up from the Alliance. Because this is what I know, guys. The mission is important. We are on a fight against poverty in America. And the first fight that we got to win is the battle at your house. So I'm so excited, man, to be in this fight with the Alliance. I'm so proud to be a part of Andy Albright's team. I'm so proud to be a part of Andy Riddle's team. And I am so, so excited about all the people that's coming through the Dream Team. That's our team, baby. We call our office the Dream Factory because what's getting ready to happen in 2021, we're going to be popping AMs after AMs on the DMs, on the RMs, on the VPs, on the board member. And we're going to pop so many partners, man. So Riddle, I'm going to turn this thing back over to you, bro. Thank you for allowing me to be on your coattail today, brother. I really appreciate you for everything that you do for my family. My kids love you. Anaya just fixed her little friend Valentine's basket and put the terrible towel in there. And I told her if I was putting, I ain't gonna even tell you what I said. I'll tell you after the call, man. I love you for everything that you have done for me and my family and our business and our team. Thank you for serving the way that you do, sir. Thank you for leading the way that you do. And thank you for overcoming all the crap that you overcome because you now have given me permission to do the same thing. I love you, Riddle. I really, really do love you, brother.
Thank you, Terry. And I love you, man. I love you and Tia. And thank you for being in the fight with us. Guys, let's go out there and kill it. We only got 11 months left in 2021. Let's go out there and kill it. Let's fight all year long and grow this thing to $1 billion. Have a great week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Woo!